Alright, so to begin our scarf, what you wanted to do is you want to decide that you want to do to design your scarf. So in other words, you want to decide, okay, do I want a very wide scarf or do I want a thin scarf? Now for me, I want a kind of a medium, more thin. I want mine slightly thinner, so I know that I can write that down. I want a slightly thinner scarf. I want mine to be a little more lacy, and I think those are the two main things. I can decide whether, as I go along, I can decide whether I want to join it together to make it one round like a infinity scarf or not, because I can just join it together, because I'm not sure yet. So we'll just go ahead and make a straight scarf. And if you don't want to use mine, you can find your own patterns as well and design your own scarf. When you're actually working, so for this first one, the one that I'm going to be using, it says that you need a multiple of 4 stitches plus 6. So what you want to do is you want to, I've gone ahead and I've done my stitches. I've done 24, which is a multiple of 4, so 24, 4 goes in there 6 times, and I've plus 6. So I did 30 stitches altogether. I did 24 plus 6. So that's what you need to remember when they say that, because your pattern stitch fits into a multiple of 4 stitches. So every 4 stitches you're going to have your pattern stitch, and then you need 6 to turn. So I've gone ahead and done my 30 chain, and I'm going to take this first pattern, which is called the string network, and you can follow on. If you get the attachment, you can read what it says. It says for your first row, and we're just going to follow what it says. 1 double crochet into the 10th chain from your hook. Alright, so you've got to find where your 10th chain is. So I can see the 10th chain from my hook is 1, 2, my yarn is a bit awkward, 7, 8, 9 and 10. My yarn is a little tricky to count, but I'm just going to go the best I can. Alright, so then you do one double in the 10th chain from the hook. Alright, then it says chain 3, 1, 2, 3, skip 3 and 1 double in the next. Now be careful not to go in the same stitch over here, not to count that one. So 1, 2, 3, and I need to go skip 3 and then do a double into the next chain, and then we're going to be repeating that. So chain 3, 1, 2, 3, skip 3 and then a double. 1, 1, 2, 3 and then a double. So this is pretty simple initially. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3, skip 3, 1, 2, 3 and do a double in the 4th one. And that's simply following your pattern. 1, 2, 3 chain, skip 3, 1, 1, 2, 3 and a double in the next. Okay, and you do that until you get to close to the end. 1, 2, 3, and you should have 1, 2, 3 and you go into the last stitch. So this you do all the way to the end. Okay, and then it says to turn. Alright, then you're going to turn and you're going to do 1 chain. So second row says 1 chain, then it says single crochet into the first stitch, which is going to be right over here. The stitch that you went into, single crochet into your first stitch. Then it says chain 3, 1, 2, 3. It says skip 3 chain and 1 single into the next double. So you're going to just skip all of these and you're going to do a single in here. And then you'll just do a single crochet in there. Okay, and then it says to just keep repeating that. So chain 3, 1, 2, 3 chain and a single in this double. 1, 2, 3 chain and a single in this double. And it says to repeat that to the ending 3 chain. So let's see, 1, 2, 3 and a single in here. 1, 2, 3, and a single in there. It says one single, and then it says one single in the 4th chain of the turning chain. So this was my turning chain here, and you want to go in, you really want to, when they say that, you want to kind of find there you had, how many did you have in between? We had 3 chain in between, so I need to find 3. 1, 2, 3 for the bottom, and then 1, 2, 3 for the top turning chain. Alright, so there should be 3 here. 1, 2, 3. So I now need to do a single into that chain over there. So it's really to have this turning around equally. So you really need to go into the 4th chain from here. 1, 2, 3, and then 4. Okay, now it says row 3. 6 chain, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 chain, and this counts as 1 double crochet, chain 3. Alright, then it says skip the first stitch and the 3 chain 6, skip the first stitch and the chain 3, and then 1 double into the next single crochet. So 1 double into this single. Okay, and then it says chain 3, 1, 2, 3, skip 3 and 1 double in here. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3, skip those and 1 double in the single. 1, 2, 3, 1 double in the single, and that says to repeat it all the way to the end. So 1, 2, 3, 1 double in here. Alright, now they've given us those 3 rows. Now they say repeat row 2 and 3. So now you're just going to keep repeating rows 2 and 3. So row 2, I'll do this with you again. Chain 1, turn your work around, and 1 single into the first stitch. So you do 1 single right here. 1 single into the first stitch. Okay, and then it says chain 3, 1, 2, 3. It says skip 3 and 1 single in here. So 1 single in there, and then it says chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1 single in the double. So this is pretty simple again. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1 single in here. 1, 2, 3, 1 single in here. Alright, so it says to come to your single crochet here. Now to come to the end here, you do 3 chain, 1, 2, 3 chain, and then you're going to do a single crochet in the 4th chain. So you're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4. Really 4 chain from here. You just really want this to be standing for that. This is a chain 3 for your double, and then you're going to catch it right over here. So you don't have to be too particular in the sense that it's got to be exactly perfect. I could probably have dropped down 1 more if I needed to. Let's see if I go down right over here. And you just do a single crochet in there. Okay, that's a little better. Okay, then for row 3, chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then you're going to turn around, and this counts as a double crochet and chain 3. Then it says to skip the first stitch, which is over here, and skip these 3 chain and 1 double into the single. So now you're going to do 1 double into this single here. Okay, and then it says chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Skip 3 and 1 double into the next. And this is what we are repeating now. So chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 1 double into the single that you had made. 1 double in there. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1 double in here. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1 double in here. Okay, and it says to do that, repeat all the way to the end. So 1, 2, 3, and then 1 double in here. Okay, and that was the end of row 3, and you should be looking like this. Do that. Then it says to repeat. There's row 2 and row 3. So let's do one repeat together, and then I can let you do it by yourself. So you're repeating rows 2 and 3. So row 2 again is chain 1, and then a single crochet in the first stitch, which is right over here. Single crochet in your first stitch. Then it says chain 3, 1, 2, 3, skip 3, and 1 single into this double. Okay, so 1 single in here, and it's just going to be chain 3 again, 1, 2, 3, and 1 single in here, and that's what you repeat. 1, 2, 3, 1 single in here, 1, 2, 3, 1 single in here, and 1, 2, 3, 1 single in here. And it says to finish, it says ending with chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1 single in the 4th chain. So once again, 1, 2, 3, 4, catch this corner 1 and single crochet in there. Okay, that was row 2. Now we're going to do row 3 again, and that's 6 chain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Turn your work around and skip the first stitch in the chain 3 and do 1 double in here. So 1 double in here, and then chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1 double in here. So this is a nice easy pattern. 1, 2, 3, and 1 double in here. Yeah, so it's a pretty easy pattern for you to just keep repeating over and over now. And it makes a very nice lacy scarf. And then this one says to end with 3 chain, 1, 2, 3, and 1 double in the end. And you'll find once you do this pattern over and over, you'll be able to do it without even reading the pattern. You'll start memorizing it. But yeah, that's the... Alright, now once you've come to the end of your scarf, make your scarf whatever length you like, whatever width you like. Everything is your design, whatever you prefer to do. Now we're going to do a border, and you might not have the same amount of rows as I do, so you might have a bit of a problem. Not a problem, but your ending might be different to mine. So I'm going to show you what to do if you do end differently. But I ended this stitch with a double crochet, chain 3 double crochet. I finished it on that one because it's the same as this side at the bottom, because that's what I started with. So that's where I finished mine. It's not the end of the world where you finish, but it's probably better to finish with this one, with the double crochet. So what I'm going to do is I came to the end, I slip stitched into that stitch, and then I'm going to 1, 2, 3 chain. So now I did a double crochet at the end. That was a double crochet in the end. But then chain 3, and then we're going to do a double crochet in here. Now we're doing 3 doubles and we're doing a single. 3 doubles and a single. So, but I want to teach you something else that you might like. On the second double crochet, we're going to make what's called a picot. And you can do this and you don't have to. It's up to you. To make a picot, you can chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so you did your second double crochet, chain 3, and then you do a single crochet in this very first chain that you had made. Make a single, and this is called a picot. And then you're going to do a double crochet in the same space for our third one. Then you skip over this and you skip over those 2, and you go into the next with a single, into that next chain space with a single. And then you do the same thing, double in here and a double. So 2 doubles, and then make a picot. 1, 2, 3 chain, go into that first chain with a single, and make your third double in the same chain space, and then a single in the next. And it's giving you this little decoration on the end. You don't have to put that in if you'd prefer not to. You can just do 3 double crochets and a single, 3 doubles and a single. But I just thought it would vary it up a little bit and give it a bit more of a different look. But it's up to you. So once again, double in the next, double in the next, and then 1 picot, 1 2 3, the single crochet in this first chain that you had made, and 1 more double in the same spot. So it's 3 doubles in the same chain space, and then in the next chain space it's just a single. Okay, and then you do your doubles again in the next, and I'm not talking about this has got a single over there, you're not working in there, you're skipping that. And that's what you're going to do all the way down. Now this is where I said it would be different, is that your ending, you might not end exactly where you want to end like this. You might have to do a single crochet in here, but when I get to the corner I'll show you what to do. I'm going to go ahead and do mine all the way down, and then I'll meet you at the first corner and we'll work that together. Alright, now this is where you might find, well, this is where you're going to find that you might be different to what I am. I have a single here, and now I'm going to put one of these clusters in my end one, which is actually working out pretty well, because that's the way the other one is, but it doesn't matter if it's not. I'm going to do it this way, and then if it worked out the other way for you, I'll show you what to do there. So now you do this one's corner. Okay, so I've got my picot here, and I'm going to do a single crochet right next to it there, and then I'm going to just do another picot in here. Okay, and not another picot, another little cluster with a picot. So 1 2, a picot, 1 2 3. You can design this the way you want to. Whatever is going to look good in your corner you can do. Be entrepreneurial, if I could put it that way. It doesn't have to be perfect. I'm just making my corner like that, and then a single in here. Now let's see if this one will end up differently. I've got 1 2, my picot, 1 2 3, and then another double, and let's see, and a single in here, a double. Okay, now here we're going to have a different picture, and you're either going to have this way or you're going to have it the other way, and I'll show you what to do. 1 2 1 2 3, picot, 1 more double, and then a single. Okay, now you can either do it where you just go ahead and put a single in this one, in the same one, just to bring this down, and then you do the same thing in this corner like we did here, where you do your doubles. It's not going to hurt your scarf, it's just going to give it a different look, you know. So you could now then just do your doubles, 1 2 with your picot. I'm giving you the choice here to do whatever looks good on your scarf. Okay, and then we can do a single in the same spot, and then another set in here as we turn the corner, because remember your corner needs more stitches to turn around with. It's like you're doing the front and the back. You need a set for the, not the front and back, you need a set for this side and for this side. That's why your corner needs more. And then you can do your single in here. So that's turned our corner nicely, and it looks great. It's no problem. So either one of these situations you can use. You know, if you came, like I said, when you came here, if you had to do the single in here, just do the single in the same place as you did over here. Like I did over here, I did the single with this one. See, in the same chain space, and then I did the two like that. So do it like that either way, either this way or that way. Now I'm just going to come up, I'm going to come all the way to this corner, and I'm going to do the same thing. Either one of the two ways over here, and I'm going to come to the end here. So that's pretty self-explanatory. I'm going to go ahead and go up, and then I can meet you for this corner. And to join up to mine over here. Now, if yours is slightly different, just work with it. There is, like I said, there's no set law. Don't get confused. Just stick to your pattern and make the differences as best you can. Now my ending, I have to do a single in here, and I've only got one set of clusters in this corner because I started off with that, so I'm going to go ahead and do another one in here. But if you ended up where this is your corner but you had to do a single here, work with that, do your single here and then do a corner. Just do it the way I showed you the other alternative method, and it will work out. You're basically wanting your 2 sets in a corner. You want 2 sets with a single crochet in your corner, and there's no right or wrong way, so don't think, oh my goodness, there's only one way. See, now I've ended over there, so I'm just going to go in here with a single crochet and finish off, and then I'm going to bring my yarn through. So it's up to you, you know, whichever way you want to do yours, you know, you can do it. I've got 2 sets on each corner, so it works for me, and that's what the corner looks, that's what the edging looks like. Alright, now I wanted to show you when you're doing this pattern, the best way is you try to memorize your pattern, and I do try and memorize mine. So for example with this one, I'm going to show you how I kind of do it. You need to know your beginning and end. This pattern consists of 2 rows, whereas this pattern only had 1 row. So depending on your pattern and how many rows it has, it's best to try and memorize it so you don't have to keep looking at your pattern. So I know with this one, 1 row is using a single crochet and 1 row is using the double crochet. The first row is using the single, and the first row's beginning starts with 1 chain. So that's easy because it's a 1 chain with a single crochet. They're both little. The other one uses 6 chain to start, and it uses double crochets. So 6 chain is bigger than the 1, and the double is bigger than the single. So therefore that's fairly easy. So I know how those 2 work. So I know with the first row, it's chain 1 in the beginning. You turn around and you work in this first stitch with a single crochet. All of the middles are the same with chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And because the first row I know I've done a double, so the next would be a single, but this row would be a single crochet here. So when you're doing the single, you're just doing a chain 1 and a single in the first one. So single, single with chain 3s. 1, 2, 3 chain and a single. As long as you're doing a single in the double and then a double in the single, you're also fine. So I don't want to confuse you, but I'm just trying to help you to memorize your patterns. That's a single, chain 3 with a single, and then chain 3, 2, 3, and then a single once again, and they both go into the corners here. So a single in this chain over there. Alright, then the next one I know has to be a chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then you turn around, and this one does a double in the single. It doesn't go into the first, it does a double into the single, and that's it. And then 1, 2, 3 with a double, and I know I'm doing a double into the single here, and then 3, 1, 2, 3 with a double in here, 1, 2, 3 and a double in there, 1, 2, 3, a double in here, and then this one ends off with 1, 2, 3, and you're going to do a double in the single crochet, and that's the beginning and end of both rows, and that's giving you your pattern. So it's pretty easy to remember. So I just wanted to go through that with you. Go ahead with your scarf, whichever design. If you're using this to make an infinity scarf, the rounded scarf, you can watch the end of the other. You can watch the other scarf's ending to see how to finish yours. I will show you how you could, this one you would probably want to sew it together, or you could single crochet it together the way I just make it the length that you want. So yes, so let's go on to our next section.